Hey guys, today I'm here with my 13-week bump date. I'm now 14 weeks, but this update will be all about my 13-week of pregnancy. So first off, I'm just going to start off with some symptoms that I've been having. The first symptom that I've been having, and I've been having for a while now, is emotions. I am so emotional. I cry over anything and everything. I get very, very upset over food, which leads into my next symptom, which is cravings. My family ordered pizza and they didn't tell me the pizza was here. So when I went downstairs and I saw the pizza, it was cold. And I literally went into the bathroom and bawled my eyes out because I wanted pizza so bad and it was cold and I don't eat cold pizza. So I was very, very upset over that. And then I had gotten home from work a week or so later, and I was so hungry and I really wanted Wingstop or Chick-fil-A, but I didn't want to spend my own money for it because I've been trying to save my money. And so I went home and tried to find something in the pantry, but there was nothing I was in the mood for. And then I went into the fridge and there was nothing I was in the mood for, and so I sat in my pantry and cried and cried and cried and cried because I wanted Wingstop or Chick-fil-A so bad. And luckily my boyfriend's very sweet and he got me Wingstop the next time I saw him, and my grandma's super sweet and she got me pizza, so that made up for it. And I think I eventually bought myself Chick-fil-A or something. So I haven't been craving things like pickles or anything, but there was a time earlier in my pregnancy where I do remember eating a lot of like cheese sticks and pickles and celery, and I really liked cucumber and stuff. But now there's not like a certain food I'm really craving. I did go through a phase with ice cream, but for the most part it's like I get my head set, or I get my mind set on one particular place or meal and I need that meal, and then once I get it, it's over. And so my emotions and food really go hand in hand, but I've also been emotional over TV shows, movies. I cried over a bank commercial, and I cried over a song in the car on the radio by Bruno Mars, and I've never cried over a commercial or a radio song. So I'm a pretty emotional person. Before I would cry over movies and TV shows, but it's definitely kicked up a notch. So another thing is still my nipples. They're randomly getting hard and they stay hard until it hurts. It's a little bit TMI, but it's true, and it's almost not even weird anymore. Like, I just deal with it and it's random, and I guess that's just one of the things I have to put up with. Something else that was happening during my 13-week was lightning crotch. I haven't really experienced it before, and it wasn't super bad or painful where I was like, oh my gosh, this has to stop, but it was definitely annoying. It was definitely a little uncomfortable, and basically it is what it sounds like. It's like a sharp lightning pain in your crotch, and then it will, like, with me, it will, like, it's like a ping, like it happens and then it'll go away, then it'll happen and then it goes away. But it hasn't happened for a little bit now, but it was happening during my 13th week because I made sure to like write it down so I know what to talk about. Shortness of breath is another thing. I am now, technically I'm in my second trimester, but in my 13th week, technically you're in your second trimester, 13 weeks plus 3 days, I believe. I might be wrong, but I just went with 14 weeks as second trimester, so now I'm in my second trimester. But in my 13 weeks I was, but I wasn't, and so I felt like I wasn't even that far along, although now I'm not halfway there. I'm a little bit more than halfway there, but I'm getting close to being halfway there, and I don't even feel like I'm that big or that I'm, I don't feel pregnant. And so I am having shortness of breath, and it just doesn't make sense to me because I don't feel like I'm big enough to have shortness of breath yet. But it's like a yawn that won't come out almost, and it can't breathe, and I will just be sitting on the couch or sitting at the restaurant and I just cannot breathe. I always joke that my kid is trying to suffocate me. I don't know why, but I can't breathe. I've also have been very hairy since pregnancy. I'm a very hairy person in general. I'm half Hispanic, and my boyfriend is full Hispanic, and so our baby's going to be very hairy because we're both very hairy people, and I am very hairy. But I feel like it's like I've gotten more hairy since pregnancy. I usually am really lazy, to be honest. I don't like to shave, so I'll go a while without shaving, and within a week, like, I had to shave. It looked like I hadn't shaved in weeks. And before, I could get away with a week. Like, there'd be a little bit, but nothing too noticeable. But now, it's definitely, I'm just so hairy. And I feel like my stomach's getting hairier. I'm just super, super hairy. And the last symptom I have is gag reflex. I used to be able to watch like gory shows or even cooking shows like Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmare. You know, when he goes into the kitchen and he cleans out like all the gross gunk, and he's like touching it with his hands and picking up dead mice and stuff. Before, that would have not grossed me out. Like, I'm literally the person that could watch someone puke and still be eating. But ever since becoming pregnant, I can't even pick up my dog's poop with like toilet paper or something. Or if he goes outside, I cannot do it without gagging. And I mean, sometimes I can, but before I would have never gagged. I would have just been like, ew, this is gross. But I am gagging over more things. And when someone would tell me a gross story, I wasn't there, so like I didn't experience it, so I wouldn't get that grossed out. But now, the other day, me and my boyfriend were in the car, and he kept saying like nasty things, and I was literally like gagging, and I thought I was going to puke. So that's another symptom that the baby has been causing with me. So now I'm just going to talk about the development of baby. So the information I'm going to be giving you comes from 2 pregnancy apps. So they are a little bit different. I just like to use 2 so I can like compare, but for the most part, they're close in what they're trying to say. So they say that baby is the size of a lemon, and one says that baby is the size of a pea pod, which is still very small, but it's still so crazy because like I work at a grocery store, so I'm like scanning this stuff through, and I'm just like, oh, this is the size of my baby. And we went to a restaurant, and there were lemons, and I was like, look, this is what my baby is, stuff like that. So it's just crazy because I go through the apps and it's just gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger so fast. So the head is more proportional to the body. Their heads kind of look really giant when they're still inside of you, but it's getting more proportionate. It's about 1/3 of the size of the body or something like that, which is still pretty big, but it's starting to look less alien-like and more baby-like. The baby now has its own set of fingerprints, which is really cool because it's like its own person now, since everyone has their own unique set of fingerprints. And baby is also starting to drink or swallow and urinate the amniotic fluid, which I think gets them prepared for when they come out. So all their organs are running properly. I don't know what I'm having yet, but if it's a girl, she already has like 3 million eggs in her ovaries, which is crazy because she should not be having babies for a long time, and she already has eggs. They say baby weighs around an ounce or so. The baby is forming vocal cords and teeth, and of course the teeth won't come out till the baby is born and a few months after that, but the teeth will be resting up inside of their gums. So that's crazy that the teeth are forming. I bet they're really, really, really small, and it's going to have a voice. And the intestines are in the umbilical cord, and they're starting to come out of the umbilical cord and into the stomach, where it will eventually close. That's what your belly button is, at least I think so. And so when the baby comes out, it will all be inside of it like it should be. So I haven't done this in any of my other bump dates, but I decided to start doing it because I am definitely showing now. I kind of had a food baby belly before, but it's definitely baby. Most people are telling me that yes, I am showing. Some people thought I was just pushing it out, and then when they saw me in person, like relaxed, they're like, yeah, you are showing. And I am, and I know because before, even with my food baby belly, it was not this big, and I could push out my stomach and it would considerably expand. And now when I push it out, it barely moves. So I will show you guys the baby bump. So it's kind of hard to show you guys, but here is the bump, and look when I push out. That's all that changes. Here's normal. Here's pushing out. It barely moves. Here's the baby bump with my shirt up. My belly's super hairy. You could probably see some of the fuzz. And my pants are really pretty tight. But here it is. Super cute. And I'm not gonna measure it just yet. I would like to start measuring it, but I don't know if I'm gonna be doing that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe because I will have more videos coming out, and then you'll just get them in your subscription box and you can click on it when you see them. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Bye guys!